Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? What's up, guys? What another wonderful day in the world of Bitcoin trading, bull market, bull run, and also, I mean, depending on where you live, obviously, but it was a great day for me as well. Let me go ahead and switch over cameras here and get the music started. And where is it? There it is. Let's see how this looks. I'll tell you guys in a second. I might look a little bit more crisp. We're gonna try something else out. Damn. Right. Try something else out for the music, so let me know how loud is that? Is that too loud? Okay, we're gonna just keep it at that. So yeah. I changed some things on my chart. What is this line for? How we guys doing? Let's see. Perthish, it did test 69. It did 69 level retest. Yes, and that's something I will talk about. You met yo. Every dip is bought. Yeah. You know, the title was a little misleading. I kind of had a feeling that, especially based on that retest, we've been kind of holding it as support. It's been doing a really good job responding. You know, bullishly to that previous all-time high retest. So we'll talk about here in a moment. But yeah, what do you guys think of the new camera? How do I look? Extra crisp, extra HD. My dad bought a new camera. It's the Sony 8060-400, which is something that I always wanted to get. But I was like, hey, Dad, can I borrow this for a second? Yeah, I know you don't use this too much during the later evening, so I stole from him, and we're gonna be trying this out. And if it works out, I do want to eventually upgrade to 4K. It's in the longer term now, but I just wanted to test it out and see how it looks. Kai is missing his alarm. Yeah, he's been staying up late. His sleep schedule's all messed up. I can't speak for him, but I don't know when he's waking up, but we've been staying up pretty late recently. All right, I'm gonna do this. I don't like this playlist, to be honest. How is this? Okay. All right. So, sorry for the kind of a slow start here. I'm trying to figure out a little bit the change that I got going on. But yeah, you guys know, if you guys haven't been paying attention to the streams recently, we are still technically in a bull run, bull market, I would say. Don't know when this is going to end, if it is going to end in the near future. Something we have to always keep in mind, especially around this time where we're kind of like hovering around the previous all-time high, is guys, you cannot ignore the bearish option. I'm not trying to sit here. Beta, how you doing, my friend? Is that music too loud? Okay. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. So yeah, basically something you have to keep in mind is that we do not, you cannot disregard, forget about the bearish idea, right? If you guys don't know what the bearish idea is, right? We're getting close, approaching the halving. Yes, that's something to keep in mind for the bullish idea, and it's absolutely still the case. But something that we cannot ignore is that as long as we are below the previous all-time high at around 69, let me get an exact level because that's going to annoy me. All right, so it is around 69. Let's do 69.019. Let's just match it up with that. 69.019. All right, so as long as if we can fall back below and sustain below the previous all-time high, maybe something like You know, if we do something like this, I'm not saying that's going to be exactly what happens, but if we kind of bounce around this region and then it starts falling into a very heavy resistance zone, we can expect lower. Doesn't mean that we're out of the bullish picture completely, but it is something to keep in mind that it is possible that depending on how severe this can be, I'm not here to judge exactly where price is going to go, but what I can do is kind of go down and look at the support levels that are below us and see what is possible for price to retest. The main support levels that I see based off of this previous uptrend, and I've talked about this many a times, around 38,600, 31K, 32K, somewhere in that region, and then 25K. Ideally, I would feel like this is the ultimate support zone. If we lose this, I think the probabilities of going to 15K and below increase substantially. As of right now, we can't really talk about it because it's just the reaction off of the retest of the previous all-time high. It's just been nothing but positive, nothing but bullish. Let's see. So yeah, as regards to where it can go to the upside, you know, I've kind of briefly talked about this in the previous video, just kind of messing around with some Elliott waves, I guess. I'm not a big Elliott wave guy, but I do have a certain approach in how I approach it from a longer term perspective. And technically, you can kind of get an idea of where price wants to go. It seems like somewhere around 85K is like a really heavy area of confluence based on some of the Fibonacci's that I pulled in the past. But like I said, it's kind of a zone. It's not going to be exactly 85K, somewhere like 87 to 85. All right. So, if you guys want, I can go over it again briefly. But if we break past 85K, I don't see why 100K plus is easily, or I don't see how 100K plus isn't like possible. If that makes sense. Let's see. BlackRock holding 204K BTC. BlackRock is killing BTC volatility, but Johnny holds more BTC than BlackRock. Pratish, if I had more BTC than BlackRock, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on a boat somewhere if I had that much Bitcoin. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, let's go down a smaller time frame and kind of see exactly what's happening. Like guys, this is a really good example of resistance, breakthrough, support. You know, it's not until we get I would say once you start approaching like 66K, maybe lower, is then we can start, you know, reclaiming this as a possible area of resistance again. Now, I'm not sure exactly where, but this is a serious zone of, I would say, yeah, it's just a serious good. It's just a really good area to flip resistance into support, going back to the previous all-time high, set in whenever that was, 2021. But yeah, yeah, this stream, guys, I was planning on streaming tomorrow, but I got some stuff to do, and unfortunately, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to make it. So I figured make up for it tonight. I know it's kind of a later night. I had some stuff to do today as well. But yeah. Let's see what else is going on. Nothing really too exciting with that. How's ETH doing? All right, ETH is currently, I mean, you know, we pushed past pretty much the last major level of resistance around 35.85, somewhere around there. So as long as we're above that, I mean, I really don't see how we don't retest all-time highs around 4,800. That's pretty much the next level of resistance. There's really nothing else stopping us. Yes, you have this little cluster of resistance levels here, but to me, the more significant area is going to be the previous all-time high. Are you long? No, I'm like I said, I'm currently spot trading, so my stop loss did get hit. So I was selling around. I can tell you exactly where I sold. All right, I didn't get the best entry. I sold like right around this region here. Gave myself, I think it was like a 12% stop or something like that. And then, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, it got hit in that region. So did have to buy back in, and obviously, lost a little bit on the way back down as well, it's fine. I did not resell, or I did not get back out of spot, if that makes sense. I did not sell my BTC back to USD again. I'm probably going to, I don't know. I'm not exactly too sure how I'm going to approach it, just because I'm messing around how I'm going to take advantage of taking a position here, especially with this kind of choppiness going on. I'm not the biggest fan of trying to sell every single little dip exactly below 69K. I want to give it a little bit of room. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to wait until we get back below 66. If not this previous level here, 66,200, until I can take my next spot position. Same thing, give it like a 12% stop. I just want to be sitting here getting caught in all this chop. So for me, at this point, I'm just letting the market kind of establish itself where it wants to go. And once I get a more direct, larger move to the downside or to the upside, it's a benefit either way. You're only trading BTC spot. Yes, at the moment, I am considering starting doing like a breakout challenge, or maybe doing a small account challenge again, just to have fun with it, just to talk, so I have something to talk about on stream. Because it's been a while, and I'm gonna be honest, spot trading is very boring, which is nice because I have other things going on in my life right now that I need to focus on. So it's nice being able to not have to stress about getting entries, getting stopped out, making sure I get the actual re-entry. I'm not missing entries. So currently I'm just trading spot right now. I've been accumulating BTC. The majority of my positions I've been accumulating around this region here. So pretty much I had my DCA on throughout this entirety of the stretch here. Once I bought a good chunk when we retested, came back up, bought a good chunk again. And then I pretty much just been buying the dip every single time. And I'm not going to say I'm 100% in on the entire position I want to be in, but I got a good amount in. So for me, I have a decent bag. I'm just holding. I'm not trying to sit here and be too aggressive with the leverage trading at the moment. Once we get a little bit more closer to the halving, and we start getting that more serious influx of money, the more serious influx of volume coming in, that's gonna be the prime time to do breakout trading. And I'm definitely gonna do my best to take advantage of that. So at the moment, I'm just spot trading, but I do plan on starting a leverage account, starting with a small amount, and just see what we can do with it. You can do a 10x leverage long or 1x leverage short. Yeah, you can, but the problem with leverage trading in general is that there's liquidations. Now, yes, I know I don't have to worry about it because I'm not actually just holding out and not. Well, I'm actually taking advantage of using my stop losses. If you're sitting there just buying and selling without any exact or set stop loss on leverage, you can get liquidated, and you don't want to get liquidated, especially if you're taking large positions. I know leverage is just used as a tool to limit your exposure to the market. So, for example, if you wanted to just have, let's say you have $10,000, you can use $3,000 and use that to accumulate without having to use all 10,000. But there's risk to that, obviously. There's risk that you can get liquidated. There's risk that, there's reward as well, but You know, you always have to consider the risk before you consider the reward. So yeah, I'm gonna switch to spot because it's easier, and I just have stuff going on at the moment. My strategy for this bull run this time is I'm still gonna try to trade as much as I can. I'm in a much different position than I was last bull run. I'm a little bit more equipped, so for me, I can make more money without being as aggressive. So, if you guys, I didn't start streaming until, this area over here. But back when we were in this region, when I wasn't streaming, I had nothing. And I had to take my little amount and be very aggressive, use leverage, and try to make the most out of this bull run. And I did decently well. This time, I can use no leverage. I can be way more relaxed about my positions, sprinkle when I want, and I'm making more money than I was, or just as much money, if not more, than I was this bull run without being as aggressive. So that's the goal. The goal is to make just as much, if not more, without having to be as much of a crackhead. Meme coins are getting crazy. Yeah, meme coins are not for me. For me, like I said, my approach is different. I'm still holding BTC ETH bags, but my Gram Slam coin is going to be KDA. I was following this triangle for a while. I remember exactly how I drew it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I was following this triangle for a while. And I was just waiting for, you can see we broke out, retested, we just retested that. Wow. So I bought not my entire position, but I bought 80% of my position right about here. So, if this coin goes to $50, which I'm expecting, and to be honest, that's a pretty low number. I would say that's low to realistic. $50, that's an easily almost, what's that calculation? All right, 27x. So for me, making 27x on a coin like this is going to be more than plenty. See, meme coins are getting, meme coins are getting crazy. I saw I think Pepe was the big one. Yeah, Pepe had a crazy run. %400 since that breakout. How's Doge doing? Doge doing decent. Yeah, Sheep doing decent as well. Like I said, not really my thing. A lot of these meme coins are just memes. Just nothing. These projects are nothing. It's just all hype. KDA has a lot established, a lot going for it. And like I'm excited. I'm gonna tell you guys now, I am excited. Yeah. So if major correction, I will buy more. Yeah. Like I said, for me, my game plan was I bought about 80%, maybe like 75% of my bag up here. All right. Okay, maybe that's 75. I would say maybe total combined, I have about 75% of what I want. So I've been kind of accumulating all the way up. I bought probably a 30-40% chunk right here. And then if price, let's say we can't hold this uptrend and we do crash, I do have areas to where I want to buy more. I'm just not going all in here and just waiting to see what happens. I'm willing to sprinkle in more if we do come down. And if I do sprinkle on the way down, it's just going to be more coin. So when it does decide to pop, if we do get to that $50 target, it's just going to be that much more. So Let's see. Teenager from Mars. So did you put in stop market buy orders on spot, or was it a manual? It was a manual stop loss. I just pretty much once I pretty much set a line. Once price set that line, I went on my I basically went to my wallet, repurchased it, and then that was it. So, like I said, spot trading is a lot easier to manage. All right, I'm not going to be taking crazy amount of positions. Even though, don't get me wrong, guys, I do miss leverage trading. I really do. I do want to get back into it. But I think it'd be more fun to wait till the time is right and then start having fun with breakout trades. Soul's going for it. That's crazy, man. I mean, we talked about a Soul position back at $16. Now it's 10x that. Coinbase put out a post about the coin Elizabeth Elizabeth Horan, but I think it was an automated thing. I got you. I switched to trade BTC only, and it is boring. It is boring, but you know, trading. That's what trading is. Trading's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a thrill. It's not supposed to be. Yeah, it's nice to see when you're making gains, but it's not supposed to be like an adrenaline-inducing activity. You shouldn't be going through an adrenaline rush while trading. If you are, then you're doing something wrong. Sky Knight, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I know it's a little bit late. I appreciate you coming. Yeah, look at that retest. Oh, wait, no, I did it backwards. Duh. So yeah, I don't like I said, we talked about this last stream. I don't know where BTC is gonna go. I really don't. Because like I said, I've been kind of messing around. Like at this point, we can't go off of previous price history to kind of project where price is gonna go. That's what we did during this range. We pretty much talked about if price broke above 32K, once that 32K resistance was established, the next stop is going to be 48.5K, or sorry, 48.5. You can see we got the 48.5 rejected. If we broke 48.5, next stop was all-time high, and that was pretty much what happened. So at this point, there's nothing, even, you know, I guess I can kind of briefly go over what I was looking at. Just do something. All right, we can kind of, like I said, I talked about this last time on stream a little bit. I can go over a little bit again. Like I said, I'm not holding this to heart, but we can kind of get a glimpse of what's possible for the next move on BTC. The best way we could do that is by pulling fibs. All right, if this is going to be ABC 1 with an ABC 2. ABC 3 can go up to about 78K. That's the next logical step. All right. If there's a couple of different ways to count this. Maybe this is an ABC1, and we have some sort of flat correction for a 2. Something like this. All right, I think the fibs are going to be similar. Fuck. I need to do this on a daily. So again, around like 77K. So you can see we got a nice pocket of resistance up here. All right. Another thing to consider. Let's see. Starbucks, you think 74K was the top? Possibly. I don't know. I just based off of, if I go to a smaller time frames. All right, if I go back to the previous all-time high, you guys got to understand, we came back down and created a nice area of support and resistance. So resistance, 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 broke through, retested support. And we are holding this level. That is very, very bullish. So I cannot say that 74K was the top just yet. Unless this is part of a maybe something like this. Then yeah, if we reject somewhere, if we reject without putting an all-time high, continue lower, then we can consider 74K a top. But I think it's too early to call. It's too early to call. Let's see. Good morning from Australia. Good night, mate. Johnny, can you check TradingView, Dami, USDT, Gate.io exchange? Yeah. What was it? You said Gate.io, right? Yep. Wow. All right, first of all, like I said, there's not too much price history. This is kind of a shit coin in my opinion. The main thing if you're not in already, that'd be a good area to get in. Maybe here. But this looks like an ABC forming. The other option is that maybe this is kind of forming a potential ABC here. Or maybe it's done. Maybe this is done. Maybe this was the pivot you should have bought off of. Maybe we're forming some sort of ABC here for an A, B, C, and then we continue higher. Something like that. I don't know. Depends. Depending on what idea, I would keep that pivot in mind around 0.2486. But besides that, I really don't see any other areas to get into. If we break that support and also break this support, maybe 1304, but I really don't see anything else besides that. Thank you for the insight. I have 30% to add to my bags. Okay, yeah, if you're just trying to add a little bit more, just keep in mind that's a good area. Maybe this one here, you can add a little bit. But if we break 0.9405, then there's really nothing stopping us from testing all-time highs. So from a technical perspective. And then once you break that, sky's the limit. So yeah. Pratheesh, do you hold more than 10 BTC? No. I'm not that rich. No. Remember, I have some BTC, I have some ETH, I still have some USDT in a bag that I haven't used to accumulate. I have some KD. I have a good chunk of KD8 now. So, yeah. So going back, like I said, that's 76 to the 78K area is a good area to go ahead and test as resistance. Let's see what the other counts are showing. I really don't have anything else for a count. Okay. Might have did this wrong. Hold on. Why does it show up different every time? I feel like every time I do this, somehow the levels just are never the same. Okay. So yeah, I think anywhere from 76 to 70 to 80K is like, this is where I'm coming from. Is this potentially, this entire thing could be an ABC. It's a very ugly one, but technically this entire thing could be an ABC. Now, this is going back to the bearish idea that I have, right? This ABC could be done, right? And this can still be part of a larger ABC. Right? This can still be part of a larger bearish ABC. And so, to me, I'm not dead set on technicals exactly where it's going to top out. But if we break through 78K, 80K, maybe closer to 85, right? Then I have to kind of disregard this as a possible bearish idea, right? Now, if this is going to be bearish, we talked about this before, you just got to remember, where can price go? We're not too focused on exactly where it's going to find support at. We just have to go down the list or go down to the levels and see where it wants to test. And like I said, we talked about 38K is the major one for me. I almost just threw up. 31.8 and then 24.9, 25K, somewhere around there. So yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. But what I can say is once we start going past 76 to 80K, maybe 85, because I got to give this a little bit more of a range, then I can go for 100 plus K easily. Like I'm still pretty bullish, but if we break past 85K, I'm like, all right, there's no way this is a bearish count anymore. No flux, Johnny. No, I do not hold any flux. It's been around, like I have it on one of my lists. Flux was a monster coin to hold. Buddy of mine got into flux mining, and he was collecting pretty much throughout this entire chop area around here. I'm not sure if he sold it or he's still holding it, but if he still is holding it, congratulations to him. But yeah, just no flux for me. I'm telling you, like, this bull run, for me, it's KDA all the way. KDA all the way. I think there's something about it. You guys can do your own research. I'm for some reason, I'm not the guy to like explain like the backbone or like what a project is doing. I watched videos on it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm not the right person to do it justice and explain it. You know, you guys can watch videos and form your own conclusions. Based on that, circulating supply, potential market cap, you know, I think $50 is easily obtainable. So. All right, let's go back to this again. Last run I held too many, not enough big bags. Exactly. For me, I instead of trying to throw money at a dartboard or throw darts at a dartboard or, you know, 30 darts at a dartboard, I might as well focus on a couple darts and just focus on those. If they don't hit, they don't hit. But if they do hit, they're going to be big winners. That's the goal with KDA. KDA is going to be my Grand Slam coin. MTV, multivac, if you're still up for one more. Yeah. First thing that pops in my head is that that could be a good area of support if we do go lower. But if we break above this high and we don't form that ABC, right, the next level to test is 0.124079. And if that breaks through, we're testing all-time highs. I'm working and trying to type no worries, my friend, no worries. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you want to, if you're on the sidelines, you're looking to get in, if we are a little bit more bearish here, if we break through this and we don't reject, the next area of resistance is 0.012. Like, that's easily in the cards. All right, let's talk about a little bit of the, let's recap the bullish idea as well. I don't want to get too carried away with this because this can potentially lead to a little bit more extreme prices. I already know because I've done it before, and I don't want to get people too excited on two bullish extremes or an extreme of a bullish scenario. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. One more thing I will say. Yeah, see, that 1-to-1 lines up around 74K as well. Or 76K. So 76K to 80K. I mean, depends. It really depends because maybe this is a flat. That's interesting. I don't like this either, though. There's some sort of ABC in here. Sorry, you guys have to see that. That's interesting how that lines up, though. I don't know. So this would be an ABC 1, 2, 3. We would need a pullback for a 4 somewhere. Now, this is something I'm considering as well, and this is something you guys should think about. If this turns into a more serious pullback, what is going to determine whether this is going to be a more bullish pullback or not, is if we reclaim the new high. Because in my personal opinion, we're at the point to where, yes, ABCs are effective, but once you're getting past all new all-time highs, we're trying to catch we're trying to catch every single top. You don't want to be that guy trying to short every single top. What I will consider more bearish is that if we do put in a pullback, but we put in some sort of ABC retracement and then continue lower, that's going to be part of a larger A to a B to a C that we have to start talking about, right? And depending on where that goes, that can go ahead and test certain areas of support. But if we do establish a larger ABC, right, anywhere in this region, that is a 100% ready to roll pullback. Unless, I mean, technically, I mean, it depends on how you want to view it, because, man, it's still the same though. The more I think about it, you know, because I'm going to take that position. All right, if we form an ABC in a larger term time frame, all right, I'm taking that. What's going to determine whether that works or not if it fails. So the way it's going to fail is if we come up and then continue lower. All right. So it depends. It depends. That's going to determine whether or not this is a more bearish structure or not. But until we get that pullback, I just don't know. I really just don't know. Let's see. Are you still working or are you full-time YouTube? So I'm in the process of possibly buying a business with a friend of mine. That's been like the new thing I've been working on. So that's been in the works for the past, let's see, it's March, 5 months, 4 months, 5 months. Wow, it's been almost 6 months since I've been doing this. Wow. But yeah, me and a friend of mine might be partnering up on this business. So I've been working with the guy who owns the company. There's been a whole thing going on with that. That's been my main focus. I'm looking to build more stable sources of income, especially after the bull run. And this is one of the things I plan on buying into. That's why I have some money saved on the side. Yeah, I'm not working. Like I'm not. I mean, technically, I'm a W-2 employee still, but that's more part-time. So I do this part-time. I do that part-time. I'm currently doing something else to make a little bit of money on the side right now. I'm gonna talk about that at some point, but I'm just not too heavy into it enough to say if it's a good idea for a short-term cash or longer-term potential thing you can do. I'm not at that point yet. Once I get to that point, then I'll start talking about it more in detail. But it's something that I never thought could work. But a friend, the same friend that I'm getting into the business with, or potentially getting into the business with, he showed me this, and I tried doing it on my own, and I've been doing pretty good so far. Oh, nice! I'm trying to sell my business, transport. What kind of transport? So yeah, so like I said, for me, crypto is still a thing. YouTube's still a thing. I'm just trying to branch out and establish myself a little bit more. I would love to do YouTube full time, and depending on how things go, I do plan on being a little bit more proactive. I mean, I'm going to be more proactive on my YouTube channel, but I would like to focus on it a little bit more. So, like I said, I got a bunch of stuff going on, and if that works out, I make a lot of money and things work out better than usual. I don't know. If things work out better than I expected, I have different plans for what I want to do. So, real estate's in the cards. I might even take some of that money and put it into a 401k just to have it, work for me for the next 30 years, 40 years. So yeah, transport, road, train, truck, shipping containers. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. So yeah. I have a little thing that I have this little desk buddy that I have friend of mine gave it to me, and well, she brought it. She had it with her, and I'm just sitting here. For some reason, it's like one of those stress toys. Like it was one of those ADHD things, but it's not. It's literally just a little like squishy. And easy work for 60 hours a week. Yeah. See, I don't like with the business that I'm looking into. It's mostly just weekends. That's the only thing that sucks. But I'm not gonna be sitting there working 60 hours a week, 80 hours a week, 100 hours a week. I don't want to do that. Now, it depends. If I was making really good money doing it, sure. If I was making like $500,000 a year, I had to work 80 or 100 hours, I could put it up for like 5 or 10 years, establish myself, and then retire, and if I do things right. But to work 80 hours, 100 hours a week for not that much money, it's never worth it. It's not worth it to me. Oh, yeah, I keep wanting to go over the bullish count, but I keep forgetting about that. So if we were to get really bullish here, all right, ABC for a 1. This is a 2. Now the 3. If this is a third, see, this goes back to what I was saying before. If this was a third wave, right, we can, if we break past 75, 80K all the way up to 80, well, 75, 80K is probably where the max, but if we go up into this 85 to 90K region, I'm pretty much going to be a full-on bull at this point, because this is turning into a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th. I don't know where the 4th is going to go. We can kind of guess. Wait, no, this is the 3rd. It really depends on where we find support, but if we find support at a decent level, obviously the lower we go, the less the 5th wave, the less momentum the 5th wave has. But let's say we bottom out at 50K, then the 5th wave can go anywhere from 106. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, 110. For some reason, I couldn't read that. Anywhere from 110 all the way up to 150. Johnny, USA, pay a percentage fee, take out 401k, put it into BTC. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's part of my plan. I'm probably gonna take a portion of the money that I make this bull run and just dedicate it to a 401k. Within that 401k, dedicate a percentage of that just to hold Bitcoin. I think that's a solid plan. Like I said, as long as you don't overdo it. Like at the end of the day, it's about money you can afford to lose. All right, if it's your 401k retirement plan, like that's your backbone, that's what you're relying on to live the rest of your life with. You shouldn't be going all in on BTC. Not saying that it won't do well or it's gonna go to zero or it's gonna crash eventually. If something bad happens, you have to think of the bad more than the good. Everyone likes to focus on how much money they can make, how much money a position's capable of, but they're not focused on, oh, well, I took on a second mortgage on my house, or I took out a loan, I did this to max out, sheep, and I made $1 million at one point, didn't sell, and then now I'm worth, I don't know how much, a fucking quarter of that, less than that. So it's understanding the potential risk and focusing on the risk versus the actual reward itself. Soon, BTC will be part of the S&P because of MicroStrategy. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I like your risk approach. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's that's the number one thing that, and then people don't, you'd be surprised how much people don't look at stuff like that or don't think about stuff like that. They're always focused on how much money they can make, but they don't think about how much money they can lose. And what you tell them, hey, you know, I'm not gonna call anyone out. I'm not gonna say any names, but someone in my personal life, someone else that he's friends with, basically told him to buy Sheeb. Of course, terrible fucking decision, but he got lucky. He put in $3,000 that he saved, and he turned it into over $10,000. I was like, awesome, dude. Congratulations. Sell. I was like, what? It's like, you should sell it. Why? So I guess it can go a lot higher. It's like, yeah, it can go a lot higher, but what if it doesn't? Are you okay with losing that $3,000? It's like, I know, I worked a long time to save that up. You know, it's money that I really had no business in putting in anyway, but it worked out. I was like, congratulations. But you have to think about, what if it goes back down? If not, you lose all those gains that you had. And I'm not saying you have to sell all of it, but, you know, sell 80%. Or sell how much. If I said, me personally, if I were you, I would sell the entire thing, because it's a shit meme coin. But at the end of the day, he sold right before a decent crash, and, you know, he's moving on to other things. So, but like I said, people don't think about it like that. They just think, oh, I put down $3,000, I can make 300,000. No, that's the odds of you 100xing something is very slim. But if it does work out for you, it does work out for you. But nobody likes to talk about the risk. Yeah, this LA wave count kind of turned out pretty well. Third wave can go to 90K. Fourth wave pullback, depending on where that fourth wave pulls back to. All right, 150, anywhere from 110 to 150K. I would say that's fair. But this can extend further. All right, if the third wave goes to 117K, right, and then say we pull back to the all-time high, we don't put as much of retracement. Oh, okay. So now we're looking at anywhere from 180 to 250K. Okay, that's a good amount. It really depends on where we stop. So we're getting close to a point to where we have to understand that price can go all the way up to 75, anywhere up to 80K, if not maybe 85. Oh, I would say 85 is probably the area where I'd be like, anywhere from 75 to 80K, and we can still reject. We can still go all the way up here, right? And then reject. Right? And we can come down and test supports after that. I don't know. But if that was the case, you know, like I said, the bearish idea is that technically we're not done. Another thing to consider too, which I was kind of looking at before I started the stream here, was look how long this took. Now, I'll explain a little bit, but, you know, we pumped up, we kind of danced around this region for a while. We put in that candle there. It took about 26 days for price to actually make a decision. All right, ever since we breached the previous all-time high, all right, it was this candle here. All right, it's only been 10 days. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Yeah. So ever since we broke the all-time high, it's only been 10 days. So we could sit here, we could sit up in this region for another 2 weeks. Yeah, I would say close to another 2 weeks before we make a decision. So, but I do like the fact that, like I said before, we bounced off this region. We retested it as support again. All right, resistance turning into support. So for me, this is a potential bounce area. This can change if we fall back through though. So, going back to what I said before, until we get to about 85K, it's going to be an area of right. It's as simple as that. Is long above red, or you're basically bullish above red, short below red, or you're bearish below red. It's that simple. All right, guys, we're getting close to the hour mark. It is getting late. I don't want to be here too long, especially I know a lot of people coming from different time zones. So if you made it out to tonight's stream, I really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and play Wordle. Let's see if we can do this. Look at that. I just talked about ETFs. All right, I'll leave the smaller time frame up. Okay. Okay. Too easy. Too easy. So yeah, SIDS. All right, well, that was pretty easy. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's stream, guys. I do appreciate you stopping by. Pretty much long story short, I'm long to about 80, anywhere from 79 to 85K. If we get a serious rejection and we start falling back below 69K after we reach that pivot, then I'm going to be a little bit more bearish. Even now, if we fall back below, we sustain below, I'm going to be bearish. But as long as we're above, I'm bullish. I bought a good amount of KDA, which is like a good chunk of what I wanted. And yeah, so really do appreciate it, guys. Let's see. Boozy Sashi. For some reason, I want to say Woozy Sushi, but that's not it. Teenagers from Mars, Sky Knight, Starbuds, Perthish, Umit, Betabot. Do appreciate you guys. Yeah. I'll be back next week. Like I said, I wanted to stream tomorrow, but unfortunately I got something else going on, so figured I'd hop in for a little bit tonight. And yeah. So we're gonna sign off. I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next week. Maybe I'll get myself one of these cameras. Who knows? Sooner than later, we're gonna be streaming in 4K. Otin, good to see you, my friend, and also hope to see you next time. All right, be good, be safe. Until then, you have a great weekend. Everyone else have a great weekend. We'll catch you with higher prices, maybe. All right. Enough fooling around. Oh, clap show. We were just about to leave. I literally was just signing off. But yeah, I'm sorry. I love you to death, clap show, but just rewatch the stream. If not, stop by next time. Next time I won't be streaming as late, so I won't be here tomorrow, unfortunately. All right. Love you guys. Until next time. Boo. Bye.